We're live. Okay. What's up, everyone? This is ODC. It's me, and I'm here with my good friend Strident.
What's up?
I'm here to talk about something that's really been pissing me off the last month or so. And something happened yesterday that I'm going to get into. But and this is something that I normally don't do because I normally do action figure reviews. But this has just really been pissing me off. And it's not just me. It's my good buddy Strident here, and probably a lot of other YouTube content creators. Is the fact that just fucking rude people on YouTube, and it's just rude people being rude for the sake of being rude because they're probably miserable with their own lives. But it's just absolutely fucking ridiculous that you know what I mean. You're subscribed to someone's channel and they tell you to, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And then, you're typing, you're not being rude. You're just typing what, your opinion is. And then people just fucking jump all over you because they think the opposite way.
You don't agree with what they had to say.
Exactly. They're calling you a faggot. They're calling you a piece of shit.
Exactly.
They're calling you every name under the sun to try and get some sort of reaction out of you. Just basically trolling the comments is what they're doing because they have nothing else better to do with their lives.
And it's become like a thing, like an accepted thing with any type of YouTube broadcast, which is frustrating because it shouldn't be accepted. Being a piece of shit should not be an accepted part of, being online.
Exactly. Exactly. And until YouTube actually starts doing something about these people, like I had to block someone 3 times yesterday. 3 times because the guy had 3 different accounts. Like I shouldn't have to go through that. Once I block him, it should block all of his other accounts as well automatically. That's what it should do. And no one should be allowed to have more than one account under one name.
Under the same name. You're right.
It's just absolutely really ridiculous. And what I'm going to get into is I'm going to tell a quick little story of what happened. And then, I'm sure Strident wants to tell you a couple stories that he has because it's just absolutely ridiculous. And we were actually talking about this before and we actually just jumped on. So my little story is, long story short, I was talking to I was watching a wrestling video and someone was talking about their WrestleMania 32 predictions. I gave my predictions and like 4 people jumped all over me. Just the rudest shit you'll ever hear. You know what I mean? Oh, you're an idiot. You're blah, blah, blah. You're a this, you're a that, you're the other thing. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I blocked the guy initially. I blocked 2 of them. I blocked both of them, and then I deleted their comments. So and then the guy came back with another account and goes, "Oh, so that's what you do? You just block people instead of having a debate with them." Let's go. Listen, and I responded to him. I said, "Listen, I'm not going to have a fucking debate with you if you're going to treat me like a piece of shit. Once you learn how to talk to people, then I'll have a fucking debate with you." Well, you don't go off and call someone a fucking faggot or a loser ass dickhead or whatever the fuck you're gonna make up. I'm just making that up. It's not what he said, but you don't speak to people that way because you have a separate opinion from mine. Okay, you don't fuck. That's how you talk to people. No wonder you have no fucking friends. Okay, so I told him to fucking go deep throat a cactus, and I told him he's fucking blocked. He came back again with a 3rd account. Okay. Now he went on my page and started on like 5 different videos before I could realize what was going on because I have better shit to do in my life than to hope to pray to God that no one leaves a bad comment on my channel. And by the way, if you do leave a rude comment on my channel, I block you because you have the power to voice your shitty opinion, and I have the power to block you. So that's just the way I work. Anyway,
well, it shouldn't even be. And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, don't be rude. Just disagree. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this whole thing is set up for. We give our points. We say what we feel about shit. And then you move on. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to always agree. And just because we don't agree doesn't mean we hate each other's guts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't have to be that way. And on top of that, you don't know the person. Like, you're never going to see this person. That's why these people think they can get away with it, is because, well, I'm never going to see him. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You're a fucking faggot. You're a fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm a fucking troll. So I called the guy a troll, and then he's like, you're a troll, you trolly troll, McTroll. And I was like, do you even know what a fucking troll is, dude? Like, Do you even understand the definition of what a hell a troll is? A troll is someone that says something to get a reaction, and usually it's a negative reaction. And so when I explained that to him, he just went, "Oh, you're effing this and that," and I'm like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! Get out of here! Go!" Blocked again. So then he went on my channel, and he proceeded to write hateful, rude comments on like all my videos without even watching them. You could tell he was just over a wrestling comment. Over a wrestling comment. Wrestling comment.
Stupid. Yeah, it's fake. Wrestling's fake. I know, right? Like
because you want to know why? Do you want to even know why? What the fucking discussion was about? It was about Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my God! Really?
Because I'm a Dolph Ziggler fan and he's not. So he had to flip the fuck out. Why the fuck do you care about Dolph Ziggler? I go,
that's sad.
Because I like his in-ring work. What's the problem?
Yeah.
And it's not even just about this one time. Like, this has been going on for like a long time. And it gets to the point where when you're subscribed to someone, you almost don't want to leave a comment because then everyone will just fucking attack, unleash the hounds. As Method Man would say, unleash the dolphins on this motherfucker.
Yeah, man, it's fucking yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying because we've had these things happen about action figures. We've had this happen with movies. We had this happen when we were talking about sexism in the various video game communities, mainly the fighting game community. And a lot of times it's people defending the scum of the earth. You know what I mean? Or people siding with the scum of the earth. Yes. Or people just, because there's anonymity, they decide to just be the scum of the earth because we can't see them on the other side. The funny thing is, like, I read all my comments and I'll tell you about yourself or I'll say something about what you said. I will answer you. And like I've told people before, you better pray we don't see each other in like real life.
Exactly.
Like,
because I'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, like real life. If you come at me a certain way on the internet and you say this shit, and I recognize you because I've seen you somewhere, and you know I'm in protective mode because I do have a family and shit like that. And people say some ignorant shit like you should die, or if I see you, I'm gonna fucking kill you, or blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I hope that you come with it. Like, that's the problem. And like pretend it's not even me. There's some crazy motherfuckers online. Oh, so yeah. You better hope and pray that you don't run into those motherfuckers in real life because that could be painful for you and people around you. Like that one idiot rapper who sucked ass, but he was a huge fucking, like, you could tell he had been to prison a couple times because dude was jacked and like IQ of like nothing. And somehow well, I shouldn't say nothing because he was smart enough to figure out how to trace people's information. And he went to somebody's house, a couple of the YouTubers' houses or commenters' houses, to kind of like confront them about shit that they said on his videos. I mean, yeah, his stuff was legit bad, but once again, you never know what the other person has on their side. Like, they could easily find you. It's not like all this shit is difficult anymore, you know? And you gotta like be respectful. You would want, like, if it was your brother or sister or your mother or your girlfriend having a YouTube channel, you would want people to respect her. You'd want them to respect their opinions. Why would you not come at people with the same respect? I mean, for a long time, that was a big part of my channel, was me telling people, come correct or don't come at all, because I will fucking blaze your ass and then I'll block you. Because it's like, why do you think I'm just going to take this bullshit? Why do you think anybody's just going to, I'm just going to bend over and be like, give me the dry dack, I'm ready, go ahead. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. And
over, if someone ever shows up at my house, you got another thing coming. I got a nice surprise for you too. You show up at my fucking house.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's a big fucking surprise too.
Yeah, so, I know, right?
That's all I'm gonna say about that. Go ahead, step foot in my house. I dare you.
I know. It's just weird though, because like you think about, and I was saying this, I actually just finished saying this in a more positive way on another video that I'm working on right now. So we get this wonderful tool, the internet, so that we can talk to people all over the place and like share our opinions, learn about shit that you may not have known about because everybody's into different shit, you know? And instead of using it so that we can all be, you know, like vibe on different wavelengths and be like, you know, enlightened to some degree by what we learn from each other, you want to use that shit to fucking berate people who don't like the same shit you like. Why don't you spend that same energy finding people who like what you fucking like? Like, that would actually make sense. You know what I mean? That'd be a better use of your time. Instead, they're wasting it reading your comment because they know you don't like what they like. What the fuck? Who has the problem?
It's ridiculous, and I don't know whether it's... And these are grown people. We're not talking about 13, 14, 15-year-olds here, okay? We're not talking about 10-year-olds. These are grown men and women that are acting this way. And this is like... It's fucking sad is what it is. And I know I normally don't swear this much on my channel, but I really don't give a shit. This is a fucking rant, and I don't give a shit.
And here, for those who don't realize, we're East Coasters. I mean, I live in Ohio now, but I grew up between Brooklyn and Elizabeth, New Jersey. Brooklyn, New York, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Even my grandmother swears, so I'm sorry. I can't help. Just communicate. And you get what we're saying, too, because we're not trying to just be scum of the earth, dirty ass individuals. We're trying to, the fucks that we give are coming out in our speech because this shit is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and I'm sick of dealing with it. It's like, if someone's going to write a rude comment, I wish there was just some sort of system where they were automatically blocked. You know what I mean? I wish there was some sort of settings where I could just automatically block them. I don't even have to read the comment. You know what I mean?
Or like
I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read it. I'll be honest with you. I just don't want to fucking deal with it.
What if there was like there was a level? I mean, no one really, that's the problem. YouTube does everything with bots and algorithms and shit. So like, I shouldn't say bots, but algorithms and programs and such. So they're not actually reading the content that's popping up on, you know, various pages because people say some racist shit.
Yeah.
Some really racist. People say some really sexist shit. Shit that like kind of proves that they don't talk to human beings often. Because if you said that shit in real life, you'd be on the news. Not alive. You'd be on the news.
Or getting your ass whipped.
Yeah, yeah. Because, I mean, some of this shit is just hateful to the umpteenth degree, and it's like over entertainment. It's fucking entertainment. You paid to see this shit. So if you enjoyed it, good. If they didn't enjoy it, then good. They paid for it. They got a right to have a feeling about it. You know what I mean? And it's called YouTube for that exact reason, so that we can say what we feel. We are the you. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I don't get why is this over so many people's fucking heads? Like, it doesn't even make sense. You waste all this time complaining about shit that it doesn't really, like, if you like it and they don't, then it doesn't involve you. You have a different opinion. You're in a different camp.
Exactly.
Just be in that camp.
Keep fucking scrolling, as they would say. Keep scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. Until you find someone who shares your opinion, and then you guys can vibe on that shit, and then it's cool. Or if you don't agree, ask us. Ask us why. Like, let's talk about why we don't agree.
Yeah,
there's points and
exactly. And to that point, like, all you have to do is say, well, why do you think this way? Like, and I'm not saying that those people don't exist, because they do. Like, I've had conversations even just yesterday with people about pro wrestling, and talking about certain things, and I was like, well, I think this will happen. And one person was like, well, why would that happen? What does that have to do with it? And then I would explain it, and he'd be like, oh, well, that's a different way of looking at it, but I don't agree with it. And I was like, okay, well, to each their own. I mean, this is what I think, and that's what you think. No problem. Yeah. And then sometimes you have those nice, you know, conversations with people. But 90% of the time, it's fucking just rude shit. And it's just, it's like, I don't have enough time in my day to have to deal with someone with 3 fucking accounts that's just gonna fucking harass me. And berate my channel now. He finds my channel and berates my channel, and then I have to block him and report him. And then I feel like when I'm reporting him, nothing's actually being done. Is my point. And it's, I don't know whether YouTube needs to like really just start cracking down on this, or you know what I mean. It's going to take a large amount of people to start complaining about this happening to them and their own content. You know what I mean? It's like you almost don't want to leave any comments on YouTube, and if that's what YouTube's become, then there's no point to YouTube anymore if no one can express their opinions.
Yeah, it's true. It's bad enough that you have so many reviewers and content creators that are in the pockets of companies that sponsor them and shit. So it's no longer your opinion, it's the company's opinion. Mm-hmm. It's already becoming really corporate and shit. And then the very few of us that exist that are just kind of regular folks that are having these conversations, I mean, you have this kind of shit to deal with too. Like, what's the incentive? You know, if the people that we're talking to are going to be assholes all the time just because it's the internet, it's fun to be a dick. Like, what the fuck is the point then? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're just being a dick because you're either you have no friends or you can't get fucking. Sorry, I'm gonna be that guy. You can't get fucking laid, or you know you're backed up, or you're just you know, a person that goes to work and your boss treats you like shit, and it's the teardrop effect. His boss treats him like shit, so that boss has to treat you like shit. So you have no one else below you to treat them like shit. So you have to go on YouTube and treat people that are normal like shit. You know what I mean? That's just the way these people think, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I just don't have. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I just don't. I don't care to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. And if I could preemptively block all of these people, I would.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of like in the beginning, we always talked about how it would be cool to just have even if it's a small community, you just have a group of people that you can always you can jump into the conversation whenever, and you guys vibe on a similar level, and you share your experience and your thought process and all of that, and you just continue. That's the way it works. You guys grow, you have your opinions. Nobody's offended by the concept of each person having a different idea or a different perspective. And for whatever reason, it seems so difficult to have that. I mean, like, for the most part, I know on my own channel, it's mostly like that, with the exception of that asshole Jun Sang, who I had to fucking block, who called me a traitor and all that bullshit. I've had pretty much positive conversations, and when it gets out of line, it's gotten to a point now where my ninjas will actually say something to them before I say something. Because when I first started, I was always policing the channel. Always. I was always in the comments like, motherfucker, calm down or get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't have to tolerate that shit. Like, why can't you just talk to people? And it's like, it's further annoying because, like, I work in social service. So some of these, some of the people you come across that do this have serious mental illness. You can tell. Because the approach just is like, you completely don't realize at all what's going on. And you're doing textbook behaviors that point in direction of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like these specific illnesses. And it's fucked up for people to get on your case for that kind of stuff. But if you're going to be an asshole on top of having those problems, yeah, we got problems. You know what I mean? We got some serious issues that we got to deal with. If you can't talk to someone, like if you have some kind of, I don't know, say you did have an illness and you let us know ahead of time. Like, I can't help but say, fuck, I got Tourette's all day long. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, then at least we'd be like, oh, you know, that's the Tourette's guy. He's saying fuck because he can't help it. That's his thing. You know what I mean? Like, at least we know. But if you're just like, I don't know, you got Asperger's or some shit and you jump in and you just can't help but berate everybody else, you have no type of ability to see social cues and things like that, you're coming off as an asshole. You're going to probably get blocked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, like, you got to treat people with the kind of respect that you want, despite whatever issues you may have, all across the board. It's just that simple.
And you know, we all know that differences, just one difference that can spark a war. We all know that. Because that's what's happened in all the world wars, okay? And it's simple differences. That's what happened with the Crusades. That's what's been going on in every single epic war over the span of for as long as human beings have been around, okay? It's straight up differences. It's not like survival of the fittest here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about opinions that are blown out of proportion, and then we have these things called wars, which is still insane in my mind. But
it is.
It is, and that's all it is difference of opinion, and that's it. You know what I mean? People like to live their lives one way, and other people like to live their lives another way. Why does everyone have to be the same? They don't have to. That's the benefit of being a fucking human being, is to be different.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
no one does. No, we're not clones. You know what I mean? This isn't Star Wars. We're not a clone army. You know what I mean? We don't. And even those guys don't think the same. They just happen to look the same.
Exactly. Yeah. Ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
We shouldn't have to say.
If you guys are just tuning in, I'm with my good friend Strident. That's Strydent. You can check out his channel because a lot of people are asking me, who's that other guy? So I'll let you guys know. My good buddy Strident. Check out his channel. He should have much more subscribers than he does. He deserves it. He's got a much better channel than I do. So check him out if you get a chance.
Nah, it's a group thing, man. We do it all together.
But yeah, we're talking about just shitty people on YouTube and having to deal with this because no one should have to deal with being harassed like this. It's absurd. And I know a lot of people might think, oh, well, you don't have to be on YouTube. You don't have to create content. Well, then guess what? YouTube would cease to exist if that was the case. So
exactly.
There you go with that. There you go with that way of thinking. But yeah, well, I mean, I just want to do a quick video about this. I know Strident's got some other stuff to do, but I wanted him to jump on and just have a conversation because I feel like not enough people talk about that.
It's true. A lot of people tend to be online. It feels like people are passive aggressive about these kind of issues. We can argue all day long about Batman versus Superman and is Deadpool better than, I don't know, fucking Spider-Man or some bullshit, you know? But like, this is actual real shit. No one wants to have the conversation. You know what I mean?
No. And when you try to, they just berate you, and it's absurd. So
yeah,
you know, I just kind of wanted to say something about it, and I know we were both felt strongly about this. So yeah, no one should have to deal with this. And I'm not saying like, oh, I went to go cry in the corner like a 5th grader with a skinned knee about this, but it's just something that needs to be brought up. If you get my, you know what I mean? Because now I feel like maybe not enough YouTube content creators say enough about this, and something needs to be done. YouTube needs to do something, whether it's Google or whatever. I know Google owns YouTube, but YouTube needs to nip this in the bud because it's only going to keep getting worse. And I just don't want to fucking deal with it anymore because it's bullshit. And if it gets worse, then I might have to just delete my channel, whatever. But yeah, I'm not going to deal with people with multiple accounts coming on my channel and berating me and not even watching the content. They're just coming on saying, you're a faggot. You suck. This is the worst channel on YouTube. What?
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. At least even if you're going to insult people. Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. Really? Like, at least have some, like, if the person came at you the wrong way, okay, then it would be like, okay, it's understandable to some degree. You're pissed because someone did you dirty. But like, seriously, difference of opinion when it comes to fucking wrestling? Like, really?
What are we talking? Yeah, and wrestling. Wrestling.
It's fun. It's entertainment. It's fun. We get into it. We like the bad guys. We like the good guys. We don't like the good guys. We don't like it's all part of the whole thing. Why can't we enjoy it? Why does it have to be a fucking war?
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
And you know what? I don't even want to say the YouTuber's name that was harassing me, and it was actually two. It was actually two of them. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna be the fucking better man here. I'm not gonna fucking say it, and I'm not gonna say all 3 of his accounts either. I'm not gonna even say the other guy's account either. I'm a better man. If he's watching this, which he can't because he's blocked, but if he happens to get a 4th account, and if he's watching this, just so you know. I'm being the better man. Maybe you should start thinking about being the better man with how you handle things in your life. That's all I'm going to say.
It's true. Shit, when they bring it to this level, it's just like a fight. Anything goes. So if it was me, I would fucking put his shit on blast because other people need to know so they can avoid that motherfucker. They can block him on their channels and don't, deal with his bullshit. But I mean, it's good for you to not, don't continue it, I guess, in this case. It's already done. So Hopefully he won't pop back up. But you know, people need to be aware that this is. I mean, they probably already know trolls exist. Obviously, we all deal with them. But there's some folks that go out of their way. They take it. It's not even an art. They take it past the point of no return to the point of just utter stupidity. I mean, making 3 accounts so you can fucking harass people. Come on, man. Like, what the look at your life, homie. Like, what the fuck?
You have 3 YouTube accounts. What's wrong with you?
Like, seriously? 3 accounts?
3
so
accounts.
You can fucking harass people.
Like, he must be
That's
the most. I bet
ridiculous.
he's the most blocked person on YouTube, too. Because he's got 3 accounts. I got 3 accounts. He blocks me on one, I'll go to the next one. Fucking idiot.
What are you fucking? He's Hydra, you know. You cut off one
he's
head and 2
more sprout. Son of a bitch.
fucking
Little zit.
Hail Hydra.
Hell Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
What was that? Say it again.
Hail Hydra.
Oh, okay, got it. Don't tell anyone.
It's fucking annoying, man. People need to grow up. Like I said, this is for us to speak. This whole thing is for us to speak, us to share our thoughts, our opinions, you know, our feelings on whatever's going on. And this is entertainment.
Mhm.
So you can't be taking it that serious to the point where you're like calling people out their name, calling them, you know, faggots and blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. Like,
It's
that's not even.
2016.
like-
Who calls anyone a faggot anymore? Like, what's wrong with you? Who says that?
It's just, yeah. It's all bad. Just, ugh.
Who even says
Ugh.
that word?
Yeah, I know.
You know, and I'm saying
People
it just because that's what was said, but
Yeah.
who says that? It's so politically incorrect. Like,
Yeah. It's bad. It's just bad. It's just all bad. Like, you think about it, it's just like, wow, you went out of your way to turn it into that. You took it to that level, and it's just because you don't like the same wrestler.
that's all it was.
It's like on a scale of 1 to 10 of, you know, importance, like, that's so small. And like, really? It's so small because, like,
It is.
you know, when this is all done, you continue disliking that wrestler, you continue liking that wrestler, and the world continues turning. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, really? That
And guess what?
that-
After I blocked him, the world continued to turn a little bit faster for me.
it's just
I don't even know if
weird.
that made sense. I don't even know. Why would the world turn faster? I don't know.
No, I get what you meant, though. It's just weird, man. Like I said, it shouldn't be like that. It should simply be where we all enjoy each other's opinions. That's,
That's all it needs to be.
you know, and if you
That's all
don't
it
like
needs
the
to be.
opinion, you move on to someone that you like.
Yeah, and I'm not
It's
saying,
simple.
and that's I don't want anyone to confuse the fact that, like, I don't want you to voice your opinion. That's the best part of my channel. I want opinions. That's
Yeah.
what I want. I don't care if it's the opposite of mine, but we can
Yeah.
have a debate like normal human beings.
Yeah, we
You know
do it
what I
all
mean?
the time.
Like, yeah, you and I don't see eye to eye on every single little thing. Sure, we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
same thing with the rest of the rogues. Like, we don't all have the same opinion. I hate the fucking X-Men movies. They all like them.
I
That's
hate 'em
fine. I don't berate them and call them faggots on their channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
good Lord.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, and some folks need to fucking grow up. You know, like, really, this is what your life. This is what your life kind of amounts
This is
to.
all I have.
You know, like, if this is
Is
what
to
you're like,
harass people. If I don't have that, what do I have? I'll yell at my
It's just-
dog.
it's-
Bad dog.
I know, bad dog, slap the dog around. Like,
Yeah, beat the
come on,
dog.
guy.
Probably. Oh God, these people. I don't even want to say what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but
I
I.
know where you were going to. I'm glad you didn't say it.
tongue. I bit my tongue.
Oh man, yeah, man. Ugh, yeah. But I guess
bad.
that's our points. You know, like,
It's pretty much.
I guess
it.
people need to get at us in the comments. Share your stories.
Yeah,
your
let
horror
us know your stories, please. You know what I mean? Please let
Yeah.
us know. I mean, we're both sympathetic. We both know how you feel if you had to deal with this, because it's just
Exactly.
annoying. It's not like I said, it's not like both he and I or anyone is really getting, like, oh my God, I went and cried because he called me, this or that. You know what I mean? It's just that it's annoying to have to deal with it.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
And you think by now too, because trolling is so obvious and everybody has pointed it out and everybody deals with it. How is this still a thing? How is there still fun derived from?
I'm telling you,
trolling?
John Oliver needs to make a segment about this. Trolling. Why is this still a thing?
Exactly. It just boggles my mind because it's like, some people we're good at the comebacks. You know what I mean? We're good at policing our comments so that when that person shows up, we fucking rush on that motherfucker like a bunch of ravenous ass wolves and get him the fuck out of there. And then we continue about our business because that's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. If you're still actually like looking through people's content so that you can find something to bitch about, some reason to like berate other people, then you really got some issues, man. Like, and if you come around these parts, I'm telling you, you're just going to get handled. So it's like, stop doing that and think about people who might have channels or might have some kind of social media outlet of some sort or have a page in some kind of social media. You wouldn't want to have people treating them that way, and if you do, then shit, you are easily the scum of the earth. I don't know what else to say. But if you have family members that you care about and they're on social media, you don't want this kind of shit happening to them. So why put that out there? You know what I mean? Like, exactly. That's not necessary.
Exactly.
It's just not necessary.
And the majority of people that are in the wrestling community, there are these things called smarks, okay? And if you don't know what a smark is, I'll explain it. It's a wrestling fan is called a mark, okay? That's what it's the term for someone that believes the content is real, okay? When someone says I marked out, it means that, I believe that this storyline is actually real, or I'm excited about this storyline happening. Anyway, so a smark is a smart mark. And a smart mark is someone that thinks they know everything about the fucking wrestling business. Everything. Yep. Even though they've never stepped foot in a ring. Okay. Not even for 30 seconds. Okay. And they've never worked a promotion. They've never booked an event. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay. If they even had to do that. Okay. They wouldn't know what to do. This is what a smark is. They think they know everything. They're fucking know-it-alls is what they are in the wrestling. And that's what the majority of these rude comments come from, is from smarks. Okay. And these smarks are probably some of the worst people you ever meet. They're so set in their ways, and they only like what they like, and that's it. They don't want to hear anything else from anyone unless it's to fucking agree with them. And even if you agree with them, then they'll send you back a rude comment like, yeah, I know I'm right. It's just like, wow, you are just a piece of utter horse shit. Like, you are you can't even agree with these people because that's how shitty of a person they are.
The funny part is that you go out of your, how can you be, everything, and then they turn around and they come onto these social media outlets so that they can prove it, just to argue with other folks who some might be just like them, others might be actually trying to learn what's going on, and some of them turn folks off. I know for a long time I got out of like the wrestling scene because I didn't like dealing with those folks. I got tired of it. Like, I'd watch, but I wouldn't talk about it with anyone outside of my own circle because I didn't really want to deal with all these assholes that want to make you feel stupid because you didn't know that, I don't know, some weird piece of trivia. You know what I mean? Oh, you didn't know that? Everybody knows that. Like, I didn't really care. That's why I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I only paid attention to the shit I care about.
I got news for all these smarks. Like, no one knows everything, including you. Just so you know. Yeah. And a lot of you might be saying, if you come on this channel and you're not used to it, or if you don't like what I'm saying, you might say, I'm butthurt, which I can't stand that fucking term. It's the most childish fucking bullshit term I've ever heard. That's out of date, by the way. People were saying that like 4 years ago. Stop it. Let it go. Your butt hurt, bro. Sorry if your butt hurt. I feel like a lot of people in the Marvel Legends community use that. Your butt hurt. Stop being butt hurt, bro. Anyway, but it just like you might think I'm fucking butt hurt about this, but it's fucking annoying. I just want to go away. Go away. I don't even know what that voice was. I think I'm just at the point where I'm just gonna keep repeating myself at this point. Like I'm just frustrated at the point where I'm just gonna start making up weird voices and screaming in my microphone. Sorry if I'm yelling.
Yeah.
I'll put the mic over here.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we've made our point now. This is just we've gone into that territory where we're almost to the point of no return.
Exactly. You're at the point of no return.
But anyway, man, like, yeah, I feel you though. I understand. It's frustrating. Like we said earlier, hit us up with your horror stories. You know, your times where you saw it happen, whatever.
Well, here's someone. I'll bring this up real quick. Someone just wrote.
Cool.
I think this guy's name is a channel you're watching. Okay. He said 2 days ago I looked at my newest video and it had 3 comments from the same little kid. His comments said something like, "You suck. Stop YouTube, please." I commented back telling him I would not take advice from a little kid, and I love making videos. I've just come to think that half the internet are D-bags, and you're pretty much right. Sorry, I know I read that like a fucking prepubescent child. I don't know why, but I talk like Ryback when I read things. This is how Ryback talks. If you know who Ryback is. He's all wrestling.
I know, right?
Anyway.
Bizarro.
Bizarro don't like. Yeah, I talk like Bizarro when I'm reading someone's comment. I read like Bizarro. But Superman, right, I like you. Punch. But yeah, no, I mean you're pretty much right. And that's the part of the problem is that YouTube doesn't need to be full of D-bags like that. You know what I mean? Just people that just want to leave a rude comment because they either were late for work and their boss bitched at them, or they're just miserable in general because they have no lives. So that's part of the problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's and until YouTube starts doing something about it, which they probably won't, because they'll have less people on YouTube.
They like money. And negative comments equals views, which means somebody's turning on a video and the video is going while they type out their fucked up comment.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. It's a vicious cycle is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not going to change, but it's one of those things that we have the power to change. So we may as well, make people aware. I mean, I know you.
It's all you can do. It's all we can do nowadays is awareness.
Yeah.
We should get a wristband, you know what I mean? A colored wristband. What color would it be? Fucking magenta. Raising awareness for assholes on YouTube.
I know, right?
Don't accept it. We must band together.
Exactly, band together.
Someone leaves you a rude comment, I'll jump on their ass.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, man, I don't know. I got nothing else. I said, there was that one guy, and I dealt with him. He was extremely rude because he wanted. We did an art trade, or we were in the process of doing one, and apparently I wasn't working fast enough on his free piece, whereas I was working on paying stuff. And I told him, I do this for a living, so I'm not gonna do your piece before work that's paying. I got a family and I got bills, so guess what? You need the money. And if I'm doing something as a kind of like a courtesy or just to be nice, because dude was asking me for fucking free G.I. Joes. I'm like, dude, what do I look like? Fucking Big Bad Toy Store? Like,
fucking charity?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm
my fucking Goodwill.
And I don't know the guy. And then the guy was being an asshole on top of it, and you're asking for shit from me, and then he turned around and called me a traitor because I didn't work fast enough, and then he was going on the comments of my different videos saying shit like, oh, how come you made a new video but you didn't finish my artwork? or you did this, you did this, you did this. And mind you, it's an art trade, which means he had to do his. And then when he's done, send that to me so I could send him his. He didn't finish his. So, you know, it's kind of jacked up, but I blocked him a couple times. It took 3 times before he finally was completely blocked. And then even later on, I saw him on YouTube again. Same name, same look, everything was the same. So, you know, it's one of those things. I don't enjoy having to always block people. I would rather have the debate because, you know, for me, like, part of it is that if you disagree with whatever it is, it's beginning a conversation, and that's why we do this. But, like, if you're going to not even have the conversation and just take it into straight up name calling territory and just, you know, fucking slander, like, yeah, I don't have fucking time for that shit.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean? Like,
that's the sense of entitlement that these people have, because there's no way in hell that these people would ever talk to someone face to face like that ever in their lives, because they don't have the fucking balls to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
they just don't. Okay, they would never ever pull some shit like that. There's a group of people standing around having a conversation. They just walked up, a random stranger walked up into that conversation and said, "You're a faggot. You're a faggot. You're a faggot. You're a faggot. You're a loser. Get a life. You suck." They would never do that, ever.
You would be on the news.
Yes, you would be making history because no one would ever do that.
No, and if they did it, like all the folks who have tried that kind of shit in real life, you know, the shows Snapped and shit like that. Yeah, they fucking eliminated themselves from the fucking gene pool because, like, you come up to someone like that, a bunch of people, and you say some ignorant shit like that, you have a death wish because no
or you're
one does
missing a
that.
chromosome, or you have an extra chromosome.
Yeah, I know, right?
One of the two.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. Like I said, I that's all I got.
That's all I got too. And I know I said I would take the higher road this time, but I think what I might do is something new on my channel. What I might do is I'm gonna take the high road this time. But if I swear to God, if I get one more person, every time I get a rude comment for no reason, I'm gonna just post every week if I have to, or once a month. I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna say, stay away from these people, block these people. If you don't want to deal with this guy, block these people from now on.
Yeah,
and if I gotta do a video once a month, I'll do it. I don't care. I'll put these people on blast and have everyone block them.
It's true. That's what we got to do. Because it's weird because it's one of those things where I know there's been a long period of time where we didn't have a whole lot of this because people know when they come to these channels, there's a certain way that we deal with people. And like, they know, they come on your channel, they come on my channel. We're respectful to folks until you show your ass. And then when you show your ass to start acting like a complete dipshit, then we got to let you know. We have to let you know. And sometimes, like I said earlier, the other people in the comments will let you know that this shit won't fly here. So if this is what has to happen, this is what has to happen, you know?
Yeah.
It's annoying that folks think that that's the way. You know what I mean? That's the way you should do it.
It's like the worst possible scenario to ever, or the worst possible thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that they think they're right when they're doing it. They don't see a problem with it. It's like, maybe you should have your mom sitting over your shoulder while you're typing. Because I'm sure you would never say some shit like that in front of your mother. And if you do, then
you'd be surprised.
You've got some issues.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Shit. It's like it's the same you hear on Xbox Live or PSN, cursing in front of their mom and yelling at their mom and baby screaming in the background. It's like, yeah, you guys need to get your life together. It's embarrassing. For real.
But it's like, you know what I mean? You and I mean, and for the majority of people out there, you know, it's like, I'm married. I have a house. I have bills to pay. I have better things to do than deal with some douchebag. You know what I mean? Same you have kids. You're married. You have kids. I have a dog that's my child.
Hey, it's pretty close though. It's pretty damn close.
He's just as neat. No diapers for him though. No diapers.
I know, right? There you go. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Have you ever seen those older dogs and they do that shit sometimes? The owners are they treat them so much like children, like they have them in diapers. They give them their own.
I've once seen a dog in a stroller. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm like, the whole
Yeah.
point of walking a dog is so the dog gets exercise. You put it in
Yeah.
a stroller?
Yeah, he's got to walk.
What the hell's the matter with you?
You know how it is, man. Some people just have to do everything extreme. But
I've also seen a dog in a baby, one of those harnesses.
oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
What?
Go to New York City, man. That's
true. It's been a while.
New York City.
It's
Get
been
down. New York City people get down like that. That's what they do.
I know folks in LA too. I've seen like some weird shit. But man, yeah. Man.
I mean, to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah, exactly, right?
To each
As
their
long as
own.
the dog is loved and not
Yep.
being
Exactly. You're not beating the dog. That's good. He's got a good home. Good for you. Joy.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think that's pretty much it. Like I said, guys, this is something different, but we wanted to nip this in the bud. We started talking about it. We were hanging out. We're talking about stuff and shooting the shit, talking figures and talking, wrestling and this, that, and the other thing. And this is just something we wanted to nip in the bud now. And hopefully, we as a community can kind of get rid of this thing because it's just not needed. You know what I mean? It's just
True.
we're on YouTube to have fun. I'm not on YouTube to sit here and berate people. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. I don't have time for it. And but we want to nip this in the bud. Like I said, check out Strident's channel. It's STRYDENT. He's got a fantastic channel.
Thanks.
And he puts out a lot of great content. He reviews all types of figures, G.I. Joe, whether it's anywhere from G.I. Joe to NECA to, he's got some Marvel Legends. I know you're kind of taking a step back from that too, but he's got a wide variety of things to check out, and he's got a fantastic channel. Definitely check it out.
Thanks. Yeah.
But yeah,
ODC up on that channel. So
what's that?
I said you show up on my channel a lot. So
Yeah, we also do podcasts together called Off Our Brains. So if you guys didn't know, definitely check that out too. It's a lot of fun. Those are my cheap plugs. There's my Mick Foley moment. My cheap plug.
And we're about to shoot. We're about due for another one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
one should be coming up soon.
But yeah, we wanted to make this video because we thought it was important, not just for clickbait, but because it's important and it's important to us to get that out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you again, Strident, for joining me, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.